crazy, crazy tomatoes. So this here, this is a single tomato plant. One stem. And it outgrew these tomato cages in this bed. And then it started to move over towards this bed. I mean, I'm propping tomato cages from two different beds trying to hold this bad boy up. The craziness is, what is this? This is November 11th. November 11th, 2022. Look at these tomatoes in here. Can you see these tomatoes? I'll go around the other side in a minute. Yeah, I need a professional video person. I'm learning. So, November 11th, 2022. Standing out in the remnants of this hurricane. It's really not that bad. Lady down the block, she lost some stuff. But we're doing good. Even the tomato plants, they're flowering. We got plenty of flowers here in November. I don't know if the bees are still pollinating. I haven't been out here during the day. I've been working. But let me go around the other side. So, I guess a couple of weeks ago, we chopped down all of the tomato plants that we could. We pulled a lot of the tomatoes and we brought them in the house. They were green. But we were told, bring them in the house, put them on the counter, on a dark place on the counter, put them in paper bags, and they'll turn red. Well, last night at karate, my granddaughter's karate, our friend said, yeah, they kind of taste like store-bought. And that's exactly what it is. Because they're not ripened on the plant. So we tried to leave these out here. We're in November. I think we're supposed to have freezing temperatures this weekend. I don't know if I should do it, if I should leave them out here. You know what? This one's turning. That one in there is turning. I mean, have you ever seen anything like this? Heirloom tomato plant, dark green leaves, flowering like crazy. Spilling over into another bed. So what do we have over here? Oh, that hurricane knocked down a little branch. How cute. I feel bad for the people in Florida, but here in South Carolina, it hasn't really done too much damage. I think we might pull some of these beets. Some of these beets might be ready. Let's see. Yeah, we can pull this one. Homegrown beets for the salad. Put that in my pocket. We have celery. Celery's thriving now. Didn't do too good in the summer. But I think we could pull a bunch of this celery for a salad. Carrots. We're going to let these things keep going through the winter them, and see what happens. I was told on a video from video people we watch, Hollis says that if you winter them, they get sweeter. The cold will cause them to get sweeter. So these beds are all pretty much done for the season. Oh, guess we could pull some little hot peppers. Put them in my pocket too. Basically, we have some things that are doing very good right now, and they didn't do good in the heat. Swiss chard. Swiss chard, look at that. That's all Swiss chard. These are turnips. I'm growing turnips, so when my parents get here for Thanksgiving, hopefully, well, I guess maybe we'll have some small ones. This would be radishes. Well, over there, a black-seeded lettuce. Starting to grow like, oh, and the kale beds are starting to take off. So I guess we have our winter crops. They're doing pretty good. Let's see. Take one of these. Swiss chard. All right. Got a lot of flavor. Oh, I'm getting rained on. Remnants of this hurricane. Let's see. Go check out. Oh, there's a big branch came down. That one's a widowmaker. Good thing nobody was out here for that. Now, we've been picking up people's leaves. If you bag your leaves, I'm taking them. They're gonna go into that compost pile over there. Still got a bag of coffee grounds to open. Compliments of Starbucks. We got plenty of coffee grounds in this pile. That's a good compost pile right there. So folks, November 11th, 2022. Fall crops are doing good. A bunch of these beds are sleeping. They won't be doing anything until next season. You know what I want to show you? Show you the basil. Up until a few days ago, the basil was doing good. You know what's funny? We pulled a bunch of tomato plants, put them down on the ground. They're still growing, and they're still making tomatoes off the ground. How crazy is that? So, I think we're gonna pull some basil. Maybe I'll come out here with a knife or a scissor and a container, and we'll get us the purple basil and the green basil. Oh, you should smell this stuff. Oh, it smells delicious. So I'm gonna make some tomato, pepper, basil soup, y'all. And you know what? We'll go inside. I'm gonna show you all those tomatoes that are still left on the counter. We had hundreds of them, but as they turn red, we're cooking them and putting them in salads. But these over here, we're gonna leave this plant. Hey, this is our grape tomatoes. Some of the branches turn brown, but I mean, they still growing tomatoes. Can you see those tomatoes in there? These little grape tomatoes and these little flowers. Like I said, I don't know if the bees are out here pollinating or if it's over. But just remember, one plant, one pot, one patio. You're never too old, you're never too sick, you're never too out of shape. Just start. Have a good day. Oh, but in a minute I'm gonna splice in inside the tomatoes on the counter. Have a great day. Hey, there's our little grape tomatoes off my favorite little grape tomato plant. Still growing them like crazy, still flowering. That's what I just showed you outside. This is, I guess, the remainder of the couple hundred tomatoes we had lined up all the way down to the paper towels a few weeks ago. What I did was when it was, we were gonna get a frost. And when we were gonna get a frost, I thought, well, maybe I should pick all the tomatoes. I left a couple of plants outside just in case, because I want to really learn. This is my big learning year for the raised beds. So I left a bunch of them outside. That's what you were just looking at. These are the ones that are left over that we pick, because as they turn red, we're cooking with them, we're eating them. They're going in salads. But basically, I guess these big San Marzans, these are not these San Marzano tomatoes. You know, you make sauce with them. They're not turning. Uh-oh. I dropped one down the crack. I better get that before Karen sees that. So, these are the ones that are on the counter. And we'll compare them to what happens with the ones outside, because we're supposed to get a freeze this weekend. If it freezes, we might lose the ones on the plant. So I might go back out there and pull a few tonight or in the morning before the freeze hits. But I'm going to leave some out there. I want to see what happens. I want to ride this out. Now we have the remnants of this hurricane coming through, blowing the leaves off the trees, blowing the rain like crazy. But we still got these crazy tomato plants, and they're flourishing flowers and tomatoes and dark green leaves. It's totally amazing. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. You're never too old. You're never too out of shape. You're never too sick. Just start. One plant, one pot, one patio, one deck. That's all it takes. And it'll spread from there. You'll be amazed. Have a great day. Bye-bye.